What's your opinion of the service, the time you spent in the service?
I loved it. I got to see the world twice. Didn't really care for getting blown up, but you know, freedom's not free. And when you join the service, there's always a chance of getting hurt.
What was your unit? The unit you served in and your rank?
I was E4 specialist. I was with the 1st of the 69th Infantry Battalion out of New York City. I'm from Olean, New York. I joined the service in July of 1986 and got medically retired in May 2006. I've been retired 12 years now. I spent 16 years on the M1 tank. Then I went to a scout platoon, which I then went to Iraqi freedom in Baghdad on December 3rd, 2004. I got blown up.
And what happened? What happened to you where you were injured in combat?
I got blown up. I drove over an IED, a landmine. I was in a fully up armored Hummer, which got thrown 6 to 8 feet in the air. When it came down hard. So hard that I hit the steering wheel, then I hit the windshield, got thrown backwards. When the Hummer came to a stop, I got thrown forward a second time, hitting the steering wheel and the windshield. If it wasn't for the bulletproof vest, that steering wheel would have been through my rib cage to my spine, and if it wasn't for the helmet, my brains would have been smashed in. Also, they have new hearing protection called combat earplugs. You can put them in, you can hear and talk okay. Well, I should say you can hear everything naturally, but it blocks out the higher noise of explosions, which saved my hearing.
That's amazing.
Yes, and the hole was so big that you could drop a full-size pickup in it and bury it, never known it was there. Because when I was rehabbing from my injuries, other people from my platoon came through and they were telling me about the day that it happened. Then I spent the last 2 years of my service at the Army Reed Medical Hospital, where I had 3 surgeries, one on my hand, one on my eyes to correct my vision, and the third one was on my legs. Then I spent the last 18 months of my service rehabbing from my injuries, and then I was retired, and basically haven't worked since then, and I've been out having fun since.
Yeah. What's your opinion of the service, the time you spent in the service?
I loved it. I got to see the world twice. Didn't really care for getting blown up, but you know, freedom's not free. And when you join the service, there's always a chance of getting hurt. And plus in the service. You can go to college. If you don't want combat arms, which I was in combat arms, infantry, tanks, field artillery, you can choose something like being a medic, which is equivalent to on the outside to an EMT, a nurse, communications.
What do you like about this hobby, this sport, off-road riding?
It gives me an adrenaline rush.
And you miss that from the service?
Yes, I do, because when you're in 60 tons of armor, flying cross country 30 miles an hour, there's nothing like it on the outside.
That was cool. And were you a gunner on the tank?
At one point, I did gun.
Yeah.
I was mainly the driver, so.
And that's 60 tons. You were driving 60 tons. How many horsepower was that tank? Do you remember?
It was a jet engine rated at 1,500 horsepower. And I had one at one point on the highway in Germany doing 55.
Yeah.
So they will fly down the road.
That's pretty cool, going 60 mile an hour down the road in a tank with a big gun on it.
Yeah.
And how did you meet Dave?
I met Dave through scuba diving.
And Dave was your scuba diving instructor.
Yes.
And how was Dave as an instructor?
Great.
He's tough, isn't he?
Well, you gotta be. It's it's serious diving down there. You cannot joke around.
Yeah.
You can seriously hurt yourself, hurt your diving buddy, so you gotta be taken serious.
Well, I think that's good. I think it's a wrap. Todd, thank you.
You're welcome.